Ну, всем доброго времени суток, уже забыли про меня, да? А вот я здесь, и я готова проходить следующую главу под названием «Наконечник». Ну, глава-то большая, она по-другому называется, но вот эта мини-глава будет наконечником. Сейчас надо хотя бы попытаться вспомнить, что вообще там было, потому что я месяц в игру не играла. Так, эрудиция, логика и оккультизм. Мы можем выбрать 3, так что ничтоже сумнящийся. Выбираем все.
I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost.
Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Louis, you really must learn to conceal your weaknesses better, if you don't want your foes to use them against you.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men.
Вот это у
That
него
is simply
пряжка,
the way it
конечно.
is.
History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
Вот это уже жутко. Ну, и... Ни хрена себе. А ничего, что там явно не столько ступенек было,
But where
сколько
are
мы
we?
прошли.
I don't know, but we better not hang around.
Откуда такой гигантский город может поместиться вот так?
Be careful, Mother. As if me saying that will make any difference. Knowing Mortimer, I wouldn't be surprised if he rigged his crypt with traps.
So you think the door is not enough?
Do you want to wager your other hand?
You've got a point there. We have
кого
to
рука,
find
тот и
that
прав.
weapon. What do you know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
The what?
The Lance of Longinus the Centurion.
Ага, это копье.
Oh, that? That's what we come to find? The lance that a centurion
Ну,
stuck in
копье
the
это
side of
палка с
Christ at his
наконечником.
crucifixion?
Так что,
That's it.
Seriously?
мы его найдем.
You don't really believe that fable, do you?
Every fable is founded on true events. I'm not saying that everything adds up, but imagine if it really did exist.
Very well. Now what?
Well, now you know what you need to find.
Pardon?
I have to get to the wharf to prepare our departure. Let's get off this cursed island as quickly as we can. We shall come back when we are ready and armed.
But hang on.
Louis, let's first get to safety. We shall come back when we have the upper hand. Fear not. You take care of getting the lance. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
Hang on. At least
ты
tell me
маленький
everything you know
сынок.
about this lance.
But I have never seen it. There's nothing else I can say, Louis. Well, you can always go snooping around Mortimer's study. I remember seeing paintings of Longinus there.
Hang on a second.
What's the matter?
Why did you shoot Emily's sister?
Do you really think now is the right time for this?
Почему бы и нет? А почему +1?
I want to know, Mother.
У
Why
нас
did you
проклятие
betray
какое-то
her?
висит.
Listen, Louis, I don't think you've really understood my interest in the Al-Azif. It's not just simple curiosity about some old relic.
You tried to kill her.
And I had no choice, for crying out loud. It must not fall into the hands of the demons, or we are all doomed, don't you see? Listen, I don't know exactly what it contains, but I prefer to be one step ahead. If they want it, there must be a reason. And even if I don't know what it is, I want to stop them for safety's sake, no matter what.
Nothing will stop you if I understand correctly. Not
Enough,
even...
Louis. If you could see the extent of their power as I do, then you would understand what I'm saying.
All right, we'll do it your way.
One more thing. If they find you in possession of the lance, they won't let you get away with it. Choose only one and hide it under your jacket, so you don't get caught with it.
Только
Then run
наконечник.
and meet me on the wharf.
And if I get caught?
If they catch you in possession of the lance, we're all doomed. Do you understand?
Perfectly.
Good. And go talk to Piaggi. He's the one who probably knows the most about this.
Я уже представила, как мы будем его прятать, в каких местах интересных. Так, знаете что? В принципе, искать-то мы здесь будем, так что давайте сейчас особо не углубляться в локацию, пойдем действительно говорить. С кем там, с Пьяджи? Ой.
The Bible must mean the lance which finally took the life
А
of
это вот
Christ.
как оно выглядит. Найти зацепку. Так, у нас 0 меда. И этого чуть-чуть. Сейчас надо посмотреть. Нет, ничего не висит. Так, ладно, валим. Ну, серьезно, мне эта локация очень напоминает локацию из второго Dark Souls. Я уже не помню, как она называется. Но тоже такой... Там было под землей, там было гигантские здания, руины. Вот все вот это вот такое. Интересно. Конечно, все это так скатилось в оккультизм очень внезапно. Потому что я думала сначала, что здесь будет такое прям... Как это называется? Всякие интриги, расследования. Да, я снова забыла, как выходить из этого лабиринта. I'm so sorry, как говорится. Так, это отсюда мы вышли. Сюда мы пришли в тупик. Хотя вообще в тупиках здесь лежат всякие ништяки. Так что... Мне кажется, каким-то некомфортным стало управление Луи по сравнению с предыдущими частями. Ну, когда кажется, надо креститься. Этим мы, в принципе, и занимаемся большую часть времени. Я, кстати, только что заметила, что у Луи был когда-то сломан нос, причем нехило. Вот так вот, если посмотреть на него. Ну вот здесь, кстати, не очень видно. А вот когда он крупным... О, ну-ка, ну-ка, что это? Это мед. Мед это что? Мед это хорошо. Нам сейчас надо пройти в кабинет... Нет, надо найти Пьяджи. И зайти в кабинет Мортимера. Где можно быть Пьяджи? Пьяджи. Может жрать в столовой. Хотя предыдущую локацию я не особо смотрела, может он там. Да хрен его знает. Сейчас увидим какую-нибудь слугу и спросим. Или вообще хоть кого-нибудь увидим. Пьяджи. О! Здорово. Но вместе я бы не стояла так близко к краю.
Your Eminence, would you have a moment to spare?
Not now, Louis. Please, leave me alone.
I beg your pardon?
I want to be alone.
Нет,
Very
не дам.
well.
В смысле,
I'm only
ладно.
searching for information about the lance of Longinus, the soldier. If you could...
are not listening to me. You are playing with fire.
I heard you
И
speak
чё?
to Mr. von Wollner about it, and I was wondering if you could tell me something
Вот
about
он
it.
That
трясется.
was a private conversation. How
Да,
could
я
I
его
have known
послушаю,
that he was
смиритесь.
listening to us?
В
I see
смысле?
what you mean.
Вы читали это?
Don't push it.
Он
Leave
как будто
while
с
you
кем-то
still can.
разговаривает.
Your Eminence, are you all right? Your Eminence, are you with me? Can you turn around, please?
What do you want to know about the Holy Lance?
Он сказал, я не
Your
виноват,
Eminence,
что
turn
он
around.
послушал.
This is the weapon used by a
Кому
Roman
он это
centurion
сказал?
on the very day Christ was nailed to the cross.
Look at me.
Longinus thrust his lance in the right side of Jesus.
Please.
As you wish.
His nose is bleeding.
So you are looking for the Holy
Да он
Lance of
одержим был.
Longinus, are you?
Ёлки. Давайте сожрем мед. Блин. Нет.
Of course not, Your Eminence.
Come now, Louis. Please don't insult me. It's just a pity that you have no idea why you are looking for it. You are looking for the lands. You should know. You are not the only one. Lord Mortimer has spent a good part of his life and his fortune trying to find it. Never will he let you have it. But tell me, before going any further, have you spoken to anyone else about this?
No, Your Eminence. I thought you'd be the only one able to help me with it.
Your words lack
Очень
conviction, Louis.
плохо.
If I'm asking you all these things, it's for your own good. You have no reason to lie to me.
Ну твою же
Louis,
мать, еще и очки действия
you should abandon your project.
потратила.
I say this for your own good. You will only get burned if
А,
you
вон на
embark
мне
on
висит.
this enterprise. Lead the lands where it is.
Я
Too
смотрела,
many
вроде
people
не
have
было
suffered
никаких этих.
because
Ну
of it.
ладно.
Please excuse me, Your Eminence.
А, или это...
I'm in a terrible hurry.
Of course you are. And you
Из-за того,
won't
что мы
listen to
мед
my
сожрали.
advice.
Don't worry about me, Your Eminence. Everything is fine.
Good luck.
Блин. Просто облажались, ну, максимально. Можешь загрузиться. Нет, ладно, проходим. Так, проходим. Сейчас. Снимать отрицательные эффекты. Это на двоечку. Эх, мужик. Виса Спарта как бы. И до свидания. Ну, пока что, ладно, прокатил он только меня. Хорошо. Хорошо, прекрасно. Тогда нам надо идти в кабинет лорда Мортимера. Или как его там зовут? Никого тут меда не валяется. Блин, надо было посмотреть его устойчивости и делать как нормальный человек. Так, кабинет. Это вот сюда, да? Нет, это вот сюда. Сейчас поворачиваем налево. Это что у нас? Это у нас вкусняшка, которую обязательно надо забрать. Так, никого здесь нет, ну кроме этого чела. Ну а блин, а как я могла ему сказать, что мы ищем копье, если ясен пень был, что он одержим? Это было бы такое палево. Ну, в итоге, в принципе, и получилось тоже палево, но ладно. Так, мужик с копьем.
St. Longinus. Let's take a closer look at his lance. It is shaped like a leaf, like the real lance, maybe. How can I be sure?
И с рыбой.
Hey, looks like there's a symbol engraved on the tip. Yes, a fish. The Christian fish, no doubt. It can't be a coincidence. It must have been done on purpose. Huh. Good thing I took a closer look. No, this is too easy. Mortimer's trying to throw me off the track again. It seems too visible to be true. Impossible not to see the statue on first glance, given its size. And Mortimer has no interest in making the shape of the true lance so easy to see.
Ну а почему нет? Ну,
I think this statue does represent Longinus, armed with a lance that wounded Jesus, the Holy Lance. How can I find out if this is an exact representation? There's no way of being certain of it.
ну, хорошо. Сейчас начинается, походу, тетрадь смерти, где типа, если я проиграю ему в теннисные схватки, или как это называется, он решит, что я Кира. А если я ему поддамся, он тоже решит, что я Кира. Короче, теорема Эскобара, что то говно, а это что?
Dante's Purgatory.
Ясно.
Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the and perfect
Так,
grub.
знатоки религии,
The worm
произведение
before
искусства,
it's
священный
attained
текст.
its final
Ну, со
form.
знатоком религии мы уже
Charming.
про, как бы, это. Привет, птица. Так, картины, картины. Вон еще картина.
Adoration of the Shepherds with Saints Longinus and John. Giulio Romano, 1534. Adoration of the
Ой, я
Shepherds
только
with
что это
Saints
сделала.
Longinus
Да,
and
да, да.
John.
Понятно.
Giulio Romano, 1534.
Ну,
Longinus is holding the Holy Lance in his left hand, and I'll bet he's holding the sponge-soaked in holy blood in the other hand.
это
Yes!
ковчег так
Here we can
выглядит.
see that the Holy Lance is represented in the shape of a spear.
Ёлки.
I better make sure I check this twice. It's a work that dates from the Renaissance. There's nothing to say that it's not based on erroneous elements. But I believe what I read in the letter from Milan addressed to Mortimer. There's every reason to believe that this painting has been modified according to his guidelines to represent the true shape of the Holy Lance, a spear shape. This work is an order from Lord Mortimer. All the details have been conceived with a specific
Так он мог
goal
и
in mind.
специально письмо
Upon
оставить.
closer examination, you can see that even the style clashes with that of most of the other works in the manor. No, if Mortimer has taken special care as the conception and the exhibition of this painting in his study, in the same way as for the nightmare painting, it must be of some significance. And that is indeed the true shape of the Holy Lance, a spear shape. There's only one way of being sure. I'll have to find other clues that will confirm this information.
Ну ладно. Ничего у нас теперь есть? У нас есть клиновидный наконечник. Символ рыбы. Так, подождите. Пьяный же сказал, что листовидные формы. Вот, блин, по сути, все решает то, что поверим мы им, Мортимеру, его письму или нет. А где еще посмотреть-то? Ну вот где-то здесь он об этом писал, да? Вот, посмотрите. Ну, на самом деле кажется, что... Вот, да, вот теорема Эскобара, да. Поверишь Мортимеру или поверишь этому Пьяджи и остальному? Ну, блин, с другой стороны, у Пьяджи мы не прошли проверку. Причем вообще. Значит, он вполне мог соврать, потому что он в это время был зажим. Просто, чтобы мы не нашли нужное копье. Священные тексты остались. Библия лежала в этом... внизу в склепе. Насколько я помню, здесь больше не было никаких картин с копьем. Так что, ну, давайте в сад пройдем. И здесь я выйду? Нет. Ну и... Сами знаете, кого ответ. Может, получится с челом поговорить. Привет.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
I'm back on the trail of my mother again. I don't have time to explain, but would you know anything about the Holy Lance?
That's good news. But be careful, Louis. You might end up getting noticed.
Do you know anything or not?
No, I regret I don't. But why not ask von Wallner? Theology is his field, after all.
That's an idea. In that case, I'll try and find him.
You are keeping up the good work, I see.
Фуньёля,
But I'm telling
где
you,
он?
keep your guard up. Everyone is rather on edge right now.
You're right. Thanks for everything, Mr. President.
Нет, серьезно,
See you
где он?
later.
Может, тогда его поискать? Где он может быть, кроме своей комнаты? Может, в его комнате что-то есть? Так, это туда. Давайте зайдем да посмотрим, кто нам это запретит. В склеп мы спуститься всегда успеем, я думаю. Так, вот это, по идее.
Monsieur Johann van Volner. It seems like he isn't here.
Славно.
The alchemist is a young man. What a mess. Looks like Volner was interrupted. Looks a lot like straw. And he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
Так, сейчас мы просто возьмем. Блин. Давайте мед.
Yes, it's definitely a drawing of the lock of Al-Azif. Volner must have kept a copy. Straw on his desk, as if to protect something fragile. Yes, someone must have packed something away here. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
Так, ну это все, да? Ну ладно, на оккультизм у нас уже очков не хватает. Иоганн, я понимаю, ты пытаешься выяснить, что с Элизабет, но это переходит всякие границы. Думаешь, мне было мало твоих выходок на континенте? Допускаю, тебя возмущало, что мы заперли Элизабет на месяц в избежание встречи с Сарой. Но зачем же было сбегать с ней без предупреждения? Мне пришлось лгать всем, Иоганн. Притворись, что вернулся пару дней назад отдельно от нее и попроси Уильяма убедить в этом своих же гостей. Образумься, наконец, и возьми себя в руки. Нужно увезти с острова то, что ты нашел по моему поручению, а не тратить время на изучение. Уверяю, ты не получишь никаких ответов. Более того, мы рискуем снова упустить эту реликвию. Прошу последний раз, оставь ее там, где мы договаривались. Ее сразу же заберут, будь уверен. Грегли. Нормально. Очень нормально.
A table of alchemical symbols.
Там
Someone circled the zinc symbol.
Решеточка. Надо ее запомнить. Интересно. Мне казалось, раньше вот этого всего здесь не было. Ну ладно, я здесь немножко по другой причине.
The alchemist is an old man. A chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from von Volner.
И все.
So, let's see what Volner has in his bookcase. I don't know where to begin. I've never heard of most of these works.
Блин. Мне нужен мед. Ой.
Damn, that's all I need. Maybe he knows something about the lance.
What are you doing in my room?
Я очень интересуюсь копиями, если вы понимаете, о чем я.
I see you have some captivating books, and you seem to be rather interested in the famous Longinus.
No, it's what's it to do with you?
I overheard you speaking with Piaggi. What are you two up to exactly?
No, fine. Yes. We are looking for the Holy Lance.
Это максимально неловкий момент,
given
конечно.
Mortimer all the ones kept in the private collection of the Holy See. But it's not what you think. Hang on a minute. You're the one looking for the lance.
No,
Don't take me for a fool. You are looking for the Holy Lances.
Так, а сейчас... Нет, давайте посмотрим. Слабости ничего не известно, да?
What's the matter? You seem completely panicked at the idea I might be interested in this relic.
No, that's not true.
What are you so afraid of?
I am not afraid.
You know Mortimer's got it, so you're not worried that I'd give it back to him.
What
So
are you?
why are you so terrified of me being able to find it?
You have no idea what it is you're looking for. What are you playing at, Richet? Mortimer's the one who has that cursed lance.
How long have you been looking for it?
Ah, I see. You want it, and so you plan to steal it from Mortimer.
For a long time. Isn't that right?
Why, you little swine! You're planning to give it to Sir Gregory. You're looking to double-cross me and Piaggi too.
What on earth is he talking about?
Блин. Ну, у нас есть еще одна ошибка.
All right, calm down.
Ну,
I
две
don't give a
ошибки,
damn
точнее.
about getting you and Sir Gregory's bad books. Look at yourself, goddammit, you're ridiculous.
Shut it! Don't think you're going to fool me so easily. If you're not looking for the lance for Sir Gregory, then why do you want it?
Ну чё, принимаем. Ну, даже не знаю.
Mr. Von Volner, would you be so kind as to calm yourself down, please? All I'm trying to do is make amends for His Eminence's errors. Sir Gregory should surround himself with better people, if you want my opinion, but Piaggi is a friend of my mother's.
What? You want to help Piaggi?
I just told you that's what my mother would do if she was here. I heard you in the corridor, and he seemed to be in serious trouble because of the lances. I'm only trying to help him.
All right, Louis. I thought you were trying to manipulate me. But please, excuse me. I got a little bit carried away.
Да
But you
ладно, это как
can't
бы
get
мы
ahead
вскрывали
by
твою
staying in
комнату.
the shadows on a case like this. There are already several of us searching for the Lance of Longinus. And it would be smarter to pool our information.
Unfortunately, I've barely made any progress. I'm still trying to find out what the original lance really looked like.
Let me reassure you, we've all been there, given the number of copies there are in
Ну и как оно
existence.
выглядит?
It also took us quite some time to discover its true shape. Many believe the central part of the head of the lance to be covered in gold, whereas, in truth, its center is made of an alloy of copper and iron.
That does make sense. In those times, a centurion
Да, это
wouldn't have
логично.
any chance of possessing a lance made of gold.
That is the perversion of Christian idolatry. A copper lance could not have been noble enough to pierce the side of Christ.
Anyway, thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Louis. Keep me posted as to your research. We're bound to end up recovering it.
I'm counting on it. See you
Мне
later.
бы мед где-то найти. Хотя бы. Так, мы выяснили, что символ рыбы, непонятно какой наконечник, но, скорее всего, клиновидный. И центр сделан из меди. Но мне кажется, ему можно верить. То, что центр из меди. Я сейчас хочу пройтись в поисках меда и вообще хоть чего-нибудь, потому что очков у нас вообще немножко не хватает. Я бы даже сказала, крайне не хватает. Неужели нигде не респавнится? Ну вот, не знаю. Мне кажется, все-таки доверять статуе Пьяджи не стоит по поводу наконечника копья, потому что они какие-то левые. Ну, Пьяджи явно был под воздействием, хотела сказать, колес, но там есть конкретное воздействие демона. А статуя, да, вполне может быть уловкой.
That's me.
Может, в моей комнате что-то есть. По-моему, здесь был какой-то запас.
All right, I've retrieved everything.
Да.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
А мы здесь
Saint
уже делали
Francis of
анализ?
Assisi in ecstasy before superior voices. The conversion of Saint Paul by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
То есть мы знаем, что Мортимер дает комнаты, которые очень тонко троллят чуваков. И относительно самого Луи Мы здесь видим мотивы отца и сына, мотивы голоса, который ему шепчет. Ну, явно тут подразумевается сам Мортимер. Я вот просто ставлю, что Мортимер — это его отец, потому что это очень хорошо ложится на сюжет. Ну и плюс эти разговоры о крестовых походах. Но я об этом уже раньше говорила. 1 мед — это очень мало, я вам скажу. Это просто крайне мало. Это преступно мало. Поэтому нам надо... О! Так, якорцы уже не помещаются. Сейчас, может быть, там. А у нас же еще вторая часть есть. Комнаты. Как это называется-то? Или нет? Или да? Или да? Вот видите?
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Вот, сейчас как наберем.
Inspiration of Saint Matthew,
Вот опять
or
голоса,
Matthew
голоса,
writing his
голоса.
gospel, dictated to him by voices.
Так, а здесь что?
Last judgment.
Страшный суд.
Why do I always get the most terrifying room?
Да вот да. Ну, значит, в итоге в конце нас ждет что-то наподобие этого суда. Ну, наверное. Я не знаю. Так, вот 3 меда, это уже, с этим уже можно работать. Так что давайте сходим вниз. В принципе, можно еще походить там по всяким тоже локациям, которые там внизу. Типа столовой, там вот это всего. Потому что, ну уж там мед точно должен быть. Не войдем? Не войдем. А здесь шкатулка. Ну да. Пошел я нафиг. А здесь чья комната, кстати? Комната Адамс. Не найдется ли там чего съестного? Стоп, а почему Луи не отражается в зеркале? Он что, это? Того этого? Ну в принципе, если Мортимер это демон... 4 меда, господа. 4 чертовых меда. Знаете, что это означает? Это означает, что мы уже можем спускаться вниз.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
The Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself.
My dear Giuseppe, poor health forbids me from joining you. Venus and Cupid with a Satyr by Correggio. Innocence, Indiscretion, and Lechery. Just Love Triumphant by Caravaggio. Now there's someone for whom the sex of angels... Amber Crystals.
The Lying Girl by Boucher. Here's a painting of mischievous eroticism. I wonder what Piaggi must think of this.
The Bible must mean the lance which finally took the life of Christ. The Gospel of St. John is the most detailed on the subject of the crucifixion. When they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they broke not his legs, but one of the soldiers with a shimmering lance pierced his side, and forthwith there came out blood and water. And he that saw it bore witness, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true, that ye might believe. A shimmering lance? What is this telling me? Medieval Hermetic traditions evoked the idea of using noble materials for relics, which the monasteries often made themselves in order to attract pilgrims. Of course, they had to inspire greatness. So here, we might think of gold, whereas a centurion could not have hoped for anything better than copper at the time. The true lance would not have been a luxurious weapon. I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is made entirely of iron. I can see that the tip is engraved with the symbol of the sun. Amber crystals. This sarcophagus is engraved with the name of Clemens III. Good God! The one whose cross allowed me to enter. That was the Pope from the Middle Ages who inspired the Third Crusade. He gave the Roman people the power to elect their magistrates. This sarcophagus is beautifully made, but ancient. Stone is marked by the passage of time, but it's really well preserved. This one has no name. I wonder who it was for. I can see that this spear has a so-called leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. I can see the tip is engraved with the symbol of the Eye of Ra. Flavius Aetius. It was cut a long time ago. You can tell by the rough hacks of the tool and the patina of the stone. This sarcophagus is very ancient. I'd say it's several centuries old. This lance has got a blade in the shape of a spear. Its blade is an iron or steel, I think. I can make out a rising sun engraved on the tip. The sarcophagus has been ravaged by time. It's sort of ageless, I guess. It's entirely sculpted. Is this the tomb of a king? Judging by all the sculpted symbols of power, this is really ancient. The inscriptions are all eroded. I don't know what those marks mean, but maybe a stone or an epitaph. We can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable. We can see that this lance has a leaf shape, and, well, it's in gold. I can see that a crucifix is engraved on the tip, just barely visible. Let's take a look at this lance here. It has a very special leaf shape. It is copper rimmed, and I can see a fish symbol engraved on the tip. I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip. I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip. This lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip. I can see that this lance has a so-called leaf shape. It is clearly made of iron, and I can make out a sun engraved on the tip. The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here. great. Now let's see what's inside. The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. Let's see what we can find here. Ha! Great. Now let's see what's inside. What about this lance? It's got a spear shape. And the blade is partly made of copper. A barely visible crucifix is engraved on the blade. The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here. It's far too heavy. I'm not going to be able to do it on my own. The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer. Let's see what we can find here. It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here. Ha! Great. Now let's see what's inside. I must be sure of my choice. I cannot get it wrong. Am I absolutely sure this is the one to take? I'm already pressed for time as it is. Mother's waiting for me on the wharf. Starlight water will give me a little reprieve.
De Richet, sticking your nose everywhere again.
Wow, what's the matter with him? Excuse me, monsieur. I don't follow you.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
Why? What are you talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career. There is no question of me letting you ruin everything. I just surprised Piaget and Volner talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to cut this short, quick. Look, I don't know what you're going on about, and I don't have time for this right now.
Don't bank on getting rid of me so easily, De Richet. Where have you been?
Did Lord Mortimer tell you you could trust me?
Yes, but...
So, I might have disappointed you on the negotiation of your precious cannons, but Lord Mortimer believes I can still be useful. I'm working for him right now, and you're wasting my time with your questions. Look, if he hasn't taken you into his confidence, then you shouldn't know yet.
I'll soon figure out what you are up to. And I am convinced that you have indeed robbed Mortimer. The game is up. Give me what you took from him.
You know, this is becoming an obsession with you.
Show me what you are
Я только что
carrying, or
поняла,
I
что у
will
меня
call
был
the servants.
отключен микрофон.
I don't know what you're
Иди в
talking
задницу,
about.
я
Very well.
невиновный.
You leave me no choice but to alert Lord Mortimer.
Blast it! I'll never manage to leave this island if he keeps this.
Короче, как всегда, вырубился звук. Не знаю, какой частью задницы я нажала на кнопку выключения микрофона, но предыдущие 20 минут они были такими довольно молчаливыми. Жаль. Ну, я свои самые удачные комментарии, наверное, сабами встану, потому что, блин, отсылка разложения на плесень и на липовый мед, это, конечно, все.
De Rich, sticking your nose everywhere again.
Wow, what's the matter with him? Excuse me, monsieur. I don't follow you.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
Why? What are you talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career.
Он
There is
говорит,
no
как какой-то
question of me
второсортный
letting
злодей.
you ruin everything. I just surprised Piaget and Volner talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to cut this short, quick.
Против
Look,
насилия.
I don't know what you're going on about, and I don't have time for this right now.
Don't bank on getting rid of me so easily.
Единственный шанс.
Where have you been?
Так, быстро смотрим, где. Этикет, убеждение, политика. Здесь что, манипулирование?
Did Lord Mortimer tell you you could trust me?
Yes, but...
So, I might have disappointed you on the negotiation of your precious cannons, but Lord Mortimer believes I can still be useful. I'm working for him right now, and you're wasting my time with your questions. Look, if he hasn't taken you into his confidence, then you shouldn't know yet.
I'll soon figure out what you are up to. And I am convinced that you have indeed robbed Mortimer. The game is up. Give me what you took from him.
You know, this is becoming an obsession with you.
Show me what you are carrying, or I will call the servants.
Уклонение. Сбить с толку, блин. Сложность 5. Но мы это не можем, наверное, прожать. Да, мы на скрипт отдадим.
Very well. Fair is fair. You've exposed me. Here. This is what I took from him. Look, I'm sorry. I acted on a bizarre impulse.
I don't know either, and frankly, you have disappointed me.
Ну,
That
лучше под
said,
него
it is
прогнуться,
not as
потому
bad
что
as I
иначе...
thought it would be. Right. We'll leave it there. I'm glad that things have been cleared up.
So, are we finished here?
Indeed we are. I shall leave you.
That's right. Go play somewhere else. See you later, monsieur.
Не, мне кажется, мы все сделали правильно.
Hurry up and join my mother at the wharf now.
Потому что он стал бы настаивать, он очень, как это сказать, убежден в своей правоте был. И проще реально подставиться было, чем убедить его, что мы невиновны. Так, здесь ничего нет. Как выйти на причал? Ну, наверное, только так. По крайней мере, никаких других путей я не помню. Так, а здесь что? Слава яйцам, мед. Так, сюда я не могу. А, в смысле, я не могу через зал собраний пройти? Ну ладно. Пошли тогда в другую сторону. Интересно, конечно, они занавески здесь решили повесить. Странный элемент декора. Хотя сверху это напоминает какие-то натяжные потолки. Ага. Почти пришли. Здесь еще пьяджа стоит. Не, свалил. Ты глянь. Может быть, кто-нибудь здесь сидит? Так, выйти здесь нельзя. Ой. Здорово.
Am I disturbing you?
Monsieur de Richet, it seems you are everywhere.
Да, именно
Was Mr.
Легион.
von Wollner able to help you?
Help me?
Yes. For your armillary sphere.
Oh, yes, that.
Louis, everything all right?
Yes.
У
Excuse
вас
me,
тут
I was miles away.
насекомые на
Oh,
фруктах
while
сидят.
you're here, you wouldn't know who the last guest is, would you?
What do you mean?
I heard Sir Gregory speaking about it. A certain Al-Asif something or other.
Who? What?
Obviously not. It's not important, forget it.
No, hang on.
It doesn't matter, I'm telling you. We'll find out soon enough. I'm in a hurry right now. I'm waiting for someone. See you later, Louis.
Shit. I haven't time either. See you later.
Нормальный сейчас диалог получился. О-о. Как насчет прогуляться?
Ah, Louis. Perfect timing.
As luck would have it.
Come, my boy. I would like to have a word with you.
Мне кажется, он знает. Блин. Здесь я забыла, здесь можно сохраняться? Нет, нельзя. Выпустите меня отсюда.
No need to be afraid. There's nothing to worry about.
Да, мне кажется, случится. Миллиард слуг. Так, а здесь что?
Come closer, please. It's time we had a little chat.
What's wrong, my lord? Tell me, what's with all the bodyguards?
Louis, it's time you found out the truth. I've been observing you since you arrived. I see you running all over the grounds in the search of Sarah. I would like to prevent her from leading you even further down the wrong road. You see, Sarah and I have known each other for a very long time, Louis. I am aware of her theory. About me, about Gregory, about the demons.
Ёлки-палки.
She's right. Look at me. I have inhabited this body since 1191. For the last 602 years, I have been this dear William Mortimer.
Боже. Мне слов нет.
You've been Mortimer for 600 years? How long have the demons been among mankind?
Oh, I don't think I'd be lying if I said that we have always been here.
If I follow you, you must have witnessed some of the greatest moments in history.
You could certainly say that, yes.
Did you know ancient Egypt?
Oh, yes, yes. We were gods on earth in those days.
What did men call you then?
Amenhotep IV.
The 10th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty?
Ooh, I see you're a connoisseur.
Ни хрена себе, откуда у тебя такие знания-то?
Did you experience ancient Rome?
Oh, yes. Luxury and decadence, Louis. My family did indeed reign supreme, but from this period I retain only the works of my friend, Marcus Vitruvius Pollio.
I've noticed that you have a passion for the Crusades.
Among other things, yes. Mainly the third. It was during the siege of St. Joan of Arc that I took possession of Lord Mortimer.
And you've never changed skins or bodies since?
I have used other envelopes, but only to carry out very short tasks. Apart from that, indeed, I have been able to retain the identity of William Alexander Mortimer throughout the centuries.
Did you know ancient Greece?
In many ways, yes. One day Pericles, the next Parmenides. Just the memory of the time I spent working on acoustics with Pythagoras, well, it moves me quite deeply, to tell the truth.
Pericles. He's the one who brought Athens to its golden age, isn't he?
In a way, yes.
He established democracy and then died during an epidemic. It wasn't so long after his 2 sons passed away. Isn't that right?
Excuse me, Louis. I would rather not relive any more of that, if you don't mind.
Да брось.
You seem to be fascinated by Christ. You weren't him, were you?
Oh, no, not at all. He was my father, though.
Что?
Strange as it seems.
I beg your pardon? Am I dreaming? Please tell me I'm dreaming.
We should have the chance to talk about all that again later, but yes, he was my father.
Мне кажется,
All
эта игра
the
идет
mythology
по
surrounding
очень
Jesus of
тонкому
Nazareth
льду.
really stems from my father's prideful need to show himself among men.
Вот прям по тончайшему льду сейчас идет. Вы вообще понимаете, что говорите?
And you truly have the power to manipulate the thoughts of men.
That's right. Every demon has the capacity to infiltrate the minds of men and to read and steer their thoughts.
And what do you do with this power?
We help them, of course.
Ага. Вот прям ага.
And how is it you help men exactly?
Let's just say that without us, man would probably never have left his cave. Fire, the wheel, tools, writing. We are the spark that inspires man to search, to grow,
Ваша
to
мотивация, человек, весьма сомнительна. Даже очень сомнительно. Я могу, конечно, спросить вот то, что там было, но очков жалко.
Lucifer, the fallen archangel, left heaven accompanied by 133,306,668 angels. Is it true that there are that many of you?
No, I assure you, Louis. Forget your Bible class. It's ridiculous. We are not angels. We don't have wings. There is certainly nowhere near 1 million of us. And for that matter, no sacred human text represents us correctly. There are several families, and the family to which I belong has 8 siblings, including Gregory and myself.
Sir Gregory is your brother?
Yes, what can I say? You can't choose your family. But it is very difficult to know exactly how many of us there are, because a large number of our kind remain hidden, or never reveal themselves even to us.
Why should I trust you?
I'm not asking you to, Louis. If you are still in doubt about the demons, I can assure you that won't last long.
Да как не верить-то?
But why me?
Why do I tell you about the greatest secret ever revealed to man?
That's right.
I'm coming to that. Don't worry.
What are the demons' projects for humanity?
Our aim has long since been to protect humanity from itself. On the other hand, although we give them the impulse to succeed, we don't all agree as to the path they take to achieve it.
What has my mother got to do with all this?
She embarked on a crusade many years ago to kill all the demons.
That must have upset you. I imagine you retaliated.
No, I'm afraid she never forgave me.
Forgave what?
We met when she was still just a young woman. I appeared to her in a different form because I didn't want to reveal the identity of Lord Mortimer at that time. She was looking for someone interested in the occult to decipher an ancient book. We spent many years together until I revealed
book
my
was
true
Al-Azif,
nature to
wasn't it?
her. Did she speak about it?
Not so long ago, yes.
Indeed, it was already Al-Azif.
Кажется, мы сейчас
She wanted to unlock the secrets.
прокололись.
How would you
Ладно.
qualify your species scientifically?
Good question. What is your area of expertise?
Ладно, мне интересно.
I'd say physics.
So, consider us like the mechanical vibration of fluids.
You mean sound?
That's right. The physical properties of acoustics are very similar to those of our abilities.
Что я
Imagine
сейчас
us
прочитала?
as something like waves.
Я волна, новая волна. Так.
You're the devil incarnate.
The devil? I'm not saying that all Judeo-Christian folklore hasn't served us, but the truth is, of course, something quite different. Please, don't look at us through the primitive prism of religions. I am not hiding any horns or goats'
Вот
feet,
жаль.
Louis.
Хвосты такие прикольные.
I have no tail.
Ладно.
Continue.
Louis, it's time you opened your eyes. Come, you'll soon see.
After you. If you could manipulate us mentally, what's the point of all the theatrics of the conference?
You must suspect that we asked ourselves that very same question. For many centuries, we didn't organize any conferences, and most of the time, it ended in civil war between demons. Many of us were killed during this period. The idea of organizing conferences was the answer to everything. The interest being to erect some rules among ourselves. Our family first divided up all the principal countries of the world. Now, whenever one of us wanted to propose a major change between these countries, they summon the demon in question and initiate a conference. The demon that initiates the proposition doesn't have to give notification of the subject of the conference beforehand. Consequently, we participate along with our best assets. Once the humans are brought together, the conference begins, but we are forbidden to use our talents to influence the participants. The first meeting is held in order to expose the subject to all the participants, followed by several days of reflection, during which we are allowed to be persuasive but not to impose our will. A second meeting closes the conference.
Да в жизни не поверю.
So, for you it's a game, isn't it?
I understand your remark, but after living several centuries, you stand back and enjoy what reflection and pleasure you can.
Did what happened to Elizabeth Adams have anything to do with you?
Unfortunately, the poor girl became an issue between us, in spite of herself. A family of demons is still a family, and as in all families, there are disputes. Elizabeth's family, the Adams, has always been under the patriarchal control of my father. As he and myself are not really on very good terms, sending poor Elizabeth here was terribly rude of him, really.
You did accept, though.
No, I would say rather I was presented with a fait accompli by Gregory and went along with the intention of helping her. But this is my castle, and everyone is the master of their own home.
The voice in Elizabeth's head. It was you.
It was my father, to be precise.
So, Von Borchert, he was looking for the Al-Azif for you.
Exactly. Al-Azif has always belonged to my family, Louis. And with good reason. My father wrote much of it. Can you tell me what you've done with...
What? You mean the Al-Azif?
No, I already know that. Sarah came here with it and got rid of it. I was thinking of Von Borchert. He isn't essential, but he is a trusted person.
He's a prisoner at our headquarters in Paris.
All right. I hope I've answered all your questions, Louis. Come, I've something to show you.
There is one question that remains to be answered. Why me? Why tell me all of this?
Oh, haven't you guessed yet?
Конечно, юзаем логику.
I've got an idea, but it might seem stupid.
Trust me.
Am I one? I mean, am I a demon?
Would you like that?
Ну...
No, I don't think so. I'm just a man, and that's fine with me.
Look, we are of the gods, Louis. Always have been. You, as much as me, you are one of us,
Всё-таки
Louis.
он наш
You
батя.
too are a demon.
Я была права.
You know it. Deep down inside, you know I'm telling
Божечки,
you the
ну
truth.
серьезно.
Where do you think that natural, charismatic presence
Потому
comes
что
from?
я
Your
харизматичный и
talent must
офигенный
already
вообще.
have manifested itself
Ёлки.
somehow. Have you ever had any visions?
No, stop it. It's
Have you
absurd.
never found yourself suddenly inside someone else's body without knowing why?
No.
Whilst asleep, maybe? That's how it often happens the first time. Your spirit wanders unconsciously.
My mother can't have lied to me about that.
It's true. Your real mother would never have lied to you.
What do you mean?
Louis, I would rather you found this out from her own lips, but it's important that you know. Sarah is not your mother.
What?
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Louis. But you must know the truth before you commit an irreparable act.
No, no, it's not possible.
You are my son.
Liar!
Так, у нас Баффи сеть, надо его снять.
Well, well. So now you're his bastard. You really took me for a fool. Don't make a move, you clowns!
Everybody keep calm.
Don't say a word or I'll shoot your kid! Not so clever now, are we? At last I found a way to put the pressure on you, Mortimer.
Look, just calm down, monsieur.
You stopped me from ending it all. Because of you, I've had to pay for it. You don't know what it's like. He's in your head. He's in your soul. I never want to feel that again.
Jack, I did not
Ну
betray
так
you.
You're just like
меня-то
him.
целься тогда, дружище. Знаете, что надо сделать? Быстренько открыть, как его зовут-то? Ща найду. Не, это вот... Блин, как его зовут? Жак, перевод. Этикет, психология, устойчивость, допрос.
Jack, I only just found out that I'm his son. You can't hold that against me.
You don't understand. You're already in his clutches. Everything was set up to bring you here and reveal the secret of your birth to you. Open your goddamn eyes! You've always been under his thumb! So, what are you gonna do now? You've just found out your true nature. What difference does it make?
Так, у него устойчивость допроса была, я уже это подзабыла. Устойчивость допрос, да.
Wait, Jack! If it weren't for me, you'd be dead by now. You've seen who I am, and this so-called revelation makes no difference. I'm not a slave to my birth, and I refuse to pretend to be a victim. I am Louis de Richet.
Do you really believe you've got enough strength to resist him?
I am who I am. Only our actions truly define us.
Боже,
and
я
you
обожаю
can
этого
threaten me
парня.
all you want. It won't make any difference.
Don't change, Louis. You're strong. I wasn't able to make it. You're just like him. You are already. You can't see it, or you don't want to see it, but it's
Чувак,
already.
ты себе противоречишь.
In fact, I haven't got any choice.
You always have a choice. You know very well what will happen to you if you shoot me.
Точно, у него же дочь была.
You're
Давайте.
going to be held accountable, and you will lose everything, starting with your freedom and then your head.
I told you, I don't care.
Not about yourself, maybe, but what about your daughter? It wouldn't be the same for her, would it?
Shut up! Shut up!
She will be alone, in a world that you know is hostile. What will become of her?
That's true, but...
Don't abandon her. Not a second time. It's your last chance, my friend. It's over. Come now, monsieur.
You know what I told you. Evil and good depend on you, and not on your nature.
Yes, it's true, and the same holds true for all of us.
Monsieur Peru, I am willing to overlook this latest scene. You can thank my son for that. I think, however, that you
My
ought to take
son.
your leave for your good and ours, as well as that of your daughter.
Мортимер, в принципе, не такой уж злой. Я даже, если честно, не знаю, как к этому отнестись. Вот прям максимально не знаю.
Not too shaken up. You've experienced many significant events since your arrival.
No, not really.
I'm impressed by your ability to remain composed, not to let yourself become overwhelmed by your emotions. For now, I think you ought to find Sarah, my son. You ought to talk things over with her.
So she's been lying to me all along?
Let her justify herself. What's done is done. Sarah must explain herself. You must clear the air. We'll have all the time we need to talk afterwards. But all in good time. Before you join her, I'd like to give you something. As a demon, I would like to introduce you to your first talent.
What do you mean?
Open your mind, my son. Relax. You hold immense power. It's already there inside you. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Just let me show you the way.
I should relax.
Open your mind. Hear my voice. Feel the vibrations and listen to what has been happening to you deep inside, but which you have been concealing. Trust yourself. It's all already in there.
I can hear something.
Now breathe.
It's a sound, very faint.
That's right. Concentrate on it. My voice is growing fainter, but I am here.
Whispers, words, mixed voices.
Focus on one of them. Don't be afraid.
I sense a stream. Some words are clear, but not all of them.
Let them enter into your mind.
I hear them. Now I can hear a clear voice.
Well done, Louis. Congratulations.
What was it?
You are now able to read people's minds.
What?
You heard me. From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts. So, if you need to know something in particular from someone, all you have to do is make them think about it.
Так, ну я бы ответила вот это. А Луи бы ответил вот это.
But I'd be violating their minds, wouldn't I?
No, nothing of the sort. You won't really be penetrating their psyches. Let's just say you'll be picking up residual signals emitted by their thoughts. It isn't intrusive at all, rest assured. There are also a few rules you need to know that govern this talent when used between ourselves. You can read the thoughts of demons as well as of humans. But be careful. A demon more experienced than yourself will know that you are spying and will often react quite violently. It's considered bad form to play around the psyche of another demon. It's a question of courtesy. But let's be clear. What is most considered bad form
как
is
определить
getting
передо мной
caught.
демон или нет?
I would advise against trying to read the thoughts of Gregory, for example.
Home?
Yes, the old grump is touchy and rather a stickler about the conventions. On that note, go and see Sarah, Louis. Otherwise, she might leave without you. We'll continue this discussion later if you want. Just join me in my study when you've finished.
А вот для чего нужны якорцы. Так, ну... Это дурной тон, наверное, не надо так
You're
делать.
right. I need to go now.
Ладно,
See you
при
later,
Либате.
One more thing.
Надо
If you want to know the
говорить с ним
truth
как
about
с
your
Батей.
birth, ask her about Paris, 1763, at 12 Rue des Martyrs. That's where she disemboweled your mother to
смысле?
steal you from me.
Она же наша мамка-то. Это что получается?
It's not that I regret all these discussions, but I must hurry to the wharf.
Подожди, мужик. То есть он сказал... То есть наша мама не наша мама? А кто она-то? А почему? А что происходит вообще? Так, давайте походим вот здесь, потому что в этой локации мы были совсем мало, только в самом начале игры. И я, например, ничего не помню, что здесь было, а что здесь нет. Якорцы. Хорошо, теперь я знаю, где они лежат. Ух, красиво. Да, женщина, сейчас вам понадобится ответить на довольно большое количество вопросов. Может быть, сюда? Вот я не знаю, как это комментировать, если честно. Просто вообще не знаю. Сюжетный поворот. Сюжетный
Emma,
поворот.
what are you doing here?
Опа.
You wouldn't have seen... Mother? No!
Какого хрена?
No, what's happened? No, Mother! No!
She's ruined my life, Louis. I am sorry.
Ты убила нашу маму?
Emma meant everything to me. Your mother destroyed everything by shooting her. She was me, and I was her.
А как я без мамы?
Dear God, I beg you.
Обойдешься. Ты будешь страдать, ты будешь жить. Так, а у нее какие там слабости, я уже забыла. Эмили. Психология, устойчивость, логика.
I needed to talk to her. She was going to tell me everything.
I am sorry. I did what Emma would have done.
Пошел нахрен.
Why have you always lied to me? Why didn't you ever tell me I was his son?
Дерьмовое дерьмо. Черт. А что, мы могли успеть ее спасти? Это типа из-за того, что я задавала слишком много вопросов Мортимеру? Переигрывать эпизод, что ли? Нет, сделано так сделано. Первое прохождение, оно таким и должно быть. Без загрузок, без всего. Ёлки, черт. Осознание того, что она погибла по нашей вине, крайне неприятно. Так, что у нас прокачано? Странная качать, конечно, но на 3 очка действия меньше. 4. Так, до конца я не прокачаю. Что я могу прокачать до конца? Науку могу прокачать. Тем более сейчас оккультизм мне реально нужен. Так, ну 1 в логику, чтобы потом все-таки поднять ее до максимального уровня. Что за достижение? Ясно.
Rational and open. I spent my whole life swimming in lies. Emily, what a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly. I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse.
Ну, будем скакать от того, что есть.
No, this is an advantage.
Этим мы
I can
можем
get used to this pretty
воспользоваться.
quickly, I think. Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions.
Да,
And
именно
this
так.
father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers.
Только
There's no way
Мортимер.
of being alone for a minute.
Если это Эмили, то пусть идет нахрен. Черт. Прости меня, Сара. Искренне, мне очень жаль.
Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis. I think it would be good to talk. How are you
Давайте.
feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature and our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably didn't go into any detail about our family, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Хочу спросить, почему он пользуется таким странным макияжем.
How long has our family been in existence?
We have been here since the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Are you trying to get information?
Ну, в смысле, ты сам сказал, что можно спрашивать. Всего лишь
No,
одно
not
это
at all.
ерунда.
I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist, then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be devoured by a need for recognition.
Has he always been like that?
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
Г. Вот. Только эту устойчивость знаем.
Do you think he's
Давайте
jealous?
психологию
I didn't
попробуем.
realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, is not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
How many of us are there in the family?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers.
Ну, понятно.
Woman.
Что ж это логично.
Sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Well, tell me then, are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
Так, что я могу здесь сказать? Я могу сказать только то, что просто так никогда никто помощь не окажет. Ну, практически никогда. Какой-то профит демоны явно имеют с людей. И тут вопрос только один. только один, и надо его сформулировать. Что я сейчас сделать, в принципе, не могу.
But if your intention is not to dominate the human race, why not let them be master of their own destinies?
I perfectly understand this type of reaction from you. Less from William. The main thing you're lacking is time. Man is transient, and one of his particularities is that he does not learn from the errors of his peers. He uses up an incredible amount of energy building and destroying whatever he himself has put into place. If we weren't here to help them, guide them, I sincerely believe that humanity would have become extinct by now. We are eternal, Louis. When we plan ahead, we do it for the long term.
Yes, I understand, but that's more like tyranny, isn't it?
Well, it's all a question of your point of view. From man's point of view, I can understand how he would have that impression, if ever he found out. But don't forget your true nature. From the demon's point of view, in other words, ours, letting man do as he thinks fit would equate to letting him race to his own demise.
But what about man's freedom to choose?
That is man's worst enemy, Louis. Imagine a creature that dies without reaching the age of adulthood. It remains a child. We have to help him, otherwise he will put himself in danger. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political chessboard. I only hope your father doesn't take you down with him.
Are you suggesting he might be in danger?
Well, Louis, our father's patience is not limitless. If William ever does go too far, then yes, he will be in danger. I want you to make an informed choice. Now go and see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
Короче, у нас есть кучка фриков, которые играют в человечество и пытаются манипулировать, пытаются свою волю навязать, что, в принципе, даже у них и получается. Короче, это какая-то лютая дичь, которая мне пока что не очень нравится. Но знаете, с одной стороны, то, что Грегори говорил про человечество, то, что надо ему помогать, как ребенку, который которого контролирует просто, чтобы он не делал ничего плохого себе во благо.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Я согласна с тобой. А, кстати, может, в комнату Эмили попробуем постучаться и спросить, типа, какого хрена? Так, это мы ее пропустили. А с другой стороны, блин, свобода выбора — это то, что должно быть у каждого человека. Как аксиома. По крайней мере, мне так кажется. И в этом я солидарна с Мортимером.
Louis, busy as always, I see. How lucky you are. I must admit I'm trying to kill the boredom myself.
I'm sorry, Mr. President, but I don't have a minute to spare right now.
Yes, I see. No time for chit-chat with an elder, of course. Well, run along, my young friend.
Это все равно, что подбежать, сказать: извините, я не могу с вами разговаривать, и убежать. Эх, Сара. Грусть. Но копье-то все равно у нас, между прочим.
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You've made the right choice. You must have been disappointed not to have been able to speak to Sarah one last time. I would have liked her to tell you herself.
Well,
Да, я бы тоже.
I guess I'll never know now.
True. Even so, there is one more thing I haven't told you about her. Sarah was my daughter.
Чего?
But why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry,
Я сейчас
so
сижу
I
с
made a
лицом
decision.
лица.
You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say.
Я чувствую себя в стиле, какого хрена сейчас происходит. То есть она была нашей сестрой все это время. Вот этого я представить не могла.
Confused about everything? I have to admit, it's been a lot to take in such a short amount of time.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
I think he's worried about you.
Worried? Marvelous. That's just like him. You know, in a family like ours, we all have a role to play.
Как в стае волков, что ли?
And his is to worry about everyone else. Let me reassure you, there's no reason for him to worry about me.
Like the relationship with your father, for example.
It's sometimes complicated, I must admit. I like to understand things, even if it means thinking outside the box. In fact, that's a character trait that you seem to have inherited.
You haven't answered about your father.
What did I tell you? You are too curious, my son. Let time do its work. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
So that's your project.
Of course, not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Do you have any more examples?
Of course.
Talk to me about slavery.
Well, take the slave trade, for example. It's an archaic practice that simply has to stop. Today, black slaves of America work for free and in unbearable conditions. Tomorrow, if you free the blacks and offer them work along with a salary, they will bless you for it. Then, they will be integrated into the system. They will be taxable. Once they are free, they will have to work for a roof, pay taxes, and feed their families. Maybe we could take away the civil rights of prisoners, for example. In this way, we'll keep control of all those who respect the system and benefit from the others as workforce.
Что-то, знаете, какие-то смешанные у меня впечатления от него. Вроде то, что он говорит, оно нормально, но он говорит это не с точки зрения блага для людей, а именно с точки зрения правителя. И это как-то очень отталкивает.
What obscurantism! By harping on this concept of good and evil, guilt and redemption, look where men are now, locked up in beliefs that should no longer exist.
Да,
It's time
дуализм
for
устарел
men
еще
to
в те времена.
rediscover themselves and to take control of their lives as they really are, without any moral judgment.
Короче, союз нерушимых. Ну, вы поняли.
And what would you propose for women?
They must be
Давай,
given the
скажи.
right to work and to vote. Look, at the moment they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education.
Ну вот сами посмотрите, такое хорошее начало и
We
такой
could guide humanity
конец.
from a young age, Louis, don't you see? Today we are wasting too much time.
Tell me what you think about progress.
Progress is essential, Louis. It's the future.
What else?
Progress must liberate humanity from burdensome chores. Progress must replace man wherever his presence is not obligatory. It creates both the desire and the need. It will liberate women as soon as the machines are able to do all the chores in the home automatically. It will bring men together by bringing a faster means of locomotion. Look at the cultural revolution that printing brought about. But the most important of all has already been laid. The foundation stone. Freedom of speech. The First Amendment of the Constitution must be
Сейчас
opponents
должны
to
быть
every
шутки про
project.
поправки.
So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach.
Кто не
Otherwise,
понял,
man won't have enough room for
то
expression
сегодня
to
3
feel
июля
free. If man sees his chains,
2020
he will
года.
only want to break them.
Прошу
If
прощения,
we give
4
men the
июля.
feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence. But humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are?
Ну вот, я не знаю, у меня абсолютно биполярное мнение о нем. Потому что, с одной стороны, он, возможно, и прав, а с другой стороны, он реально обманывает человечество. Потому что, ну, к людям так относиться, ну, вот как, я не знаю, как потребитель, как к товару, как... Но с другой стороны, он реально, типа, а что ему еще делать, если он реально имеет власть над людьми, он все, что делал, он властвовал. И может, его сущность такая. И я, правда, не знаю. Ну, давайте согласимся с ним.
Our family clings to its privileges and to the past, and that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others.
Я на
That is why,
РЕН-ТВ
for
такое
example,
слышала.
I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Okay, let's not
Что-то
waste any more
жестоко.
time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
Ну, не
Here
буду
is my
пока против
plan.
него
I would like
выступать.
you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes, you're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions, make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaget had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaget's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me and I'll send it off immediately.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Это надо обдумать. Это надо очень хорошо обдумать и очень хорошо обдумать мои следующие действия. Потому что, с одной стороны, ну, выбирая между Холмом и Мортимером, как бы понятно, что лучше второе, чем первое. Но я чувствую подвох, я вижу в его словах вот это вот, знаете, тиранические замашки. Замашки того, для кого люди не так много значат, даже вообще практически ничего не значит. Короче, давайте потом подумаем об этом. Сейчас я заканчиваю, потому что и так видео огромным получилось. Уже эпизод пройду в следующий раз. Так что всего доброго. До новых встреч.